give Ben 10,000 a show. We are introduced to Ben 10,000 first in Season 3 when 10-year-old Ben and Gwen travel to the future. We then get another episode called Ken 10 in Season 4. It shows us Ben has a son and gives us a glimpse at what a full series might look like. Enemies from Ben's past are power scaled up, and in the case of Kevin 11, even continue their legacy with children. Not even to mention Ben using the Omnitrix at full potential. No more mistransformations or timing out. This is what we all wanted to see as kids. It's also cool to see our heroes as seasoned professionals training up the new generation. It's like Batman Beyond. Cartoon Network, if you're listening, actually no, Adult Swim, if you're listening, please give us a mature Ben 10,000 series. Honestly, it doesn't matter which Ben 10,000 it is, preferably this one or the one that can turn into amalgamations. Now let's look closer at Ken 10. Steven, I love this episode. It's one of my favorites in the full series, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And if we're going straight off with Ken 10 though, dude, I hate that kid.
You hate Ken?
He's a spoiled little brat.
No, I like Ken. Don't be mean to Ken.
Literally, Ben 10,000 says, hey, you know the most powerful weapon in the universe? Let's make a smaller version and give it to my son. Who then realizes, hey, I have 10 really cool aliens. Oh, this is useless.
It's because Ben 10,000 is like the peak Ben 10. Like he's what we all want Ben 10 to be.
Yeah, but it took him 20 years to get to that peak.
I know, but like Ben 10 or Ken 10, I should say, would definitely have an issue with only getting a small fraction of it.
Yes, but he's 10. I don't think he realizes that.
I know, but like seeing like Ben 10 in the beginning, like the first episode, versus seeing like Ben at the end of Omniverse, it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely scaled down.
Yeah,
but it's for his own good, essentially.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he's got to learn how to use the Omnitrix
exactly.
too.
And we were talking about it too. Like people be like, oh well, Ben was 10 when he got the Omnitrix. Yeah. And it's like, well, Ben had no choice but to use the Omnitrix. He had people attacking him and all this other stuff.
Also, it was just like glommed on. He didn't choose really to have it. Just kind of did happen.
Yeah, now that he is older and he can take on the weight of that responsibility, Ken doesn't need that responsibility. Let him be a kid. Give him 10 aliens. Help him fight crime a little bit. But don't sit there with the most powerful weapon thing ever created in the universe. And then your dad even says, no, in time you'll get the rest of it. And he goes, this is useless. Brother, you're in 5th grade, canonically, if you're 10 years old, going by today's standards. You know what I mean?
Well, I was thinking like it's in the future. They may be like on a different system or something, you know?
Let's say not, because the American education system sucks, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, quit whining. Your dad's Ben 10,000, and you have a watch where you turn into aliens. The Billy kid says, oh, my dad's a dentist. You want your dad to be a dentist?
I do, yeah. That'd be much nicer than not having a dad.
That's true. And, you know, dentists make a good bit of money, too.
That's true. Dentists, like The Hangover, they always make fun of dentists, but like dentists are pretty cool.
He's like, you're a dentist. It's like, make good money. Make my own schedule, you know?
But back to, I guess, the point I was trying to make earlier. Do you want a Ben 10,000 show?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we're doing Ben 10,000 all the way. If it's a Ken 10 episode show, get him out of here, stinky.
No, I think Ken's in it, but I don't think he's the full focus.
Yeah.
Like, you can have Ken-centric episodes.
Honestly, I don't know why they did the Ben 10 reboot. They should have just did a Ken 10 show.
Or, honestly, just do a Ben 10,000, like, mature kind of adult show. I guess, but you know what the thing is? Like, they were trying to hit that young audience, so, like, what I'm saying is antithetical to what they wanted, you know?
Yeah, because they ultimately want toy sales.
Yeah. Well, they want younger audiences to, like, feed the brands, because Alien Force gets more mature. Even Ultimate Alien's kind of mature, but they do tone the humor back. But
they would have the older audience feed the brand too.
That's what I'm saying, and I think you see that with stuff like reboots or what, like for the Powerpuff Girls reboot. It's a Powerpuff Girls reboot. Kids are supposed to be watching it, but you know who's watching it is the adults who watched Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course they had a problem with it because it's terrible.
Yeah, and like it's not for you. Well, your targeted demographic is not watching it. So you need to make it for someone who's going to watch it.
On the flip side of that, though, we've got the Teen Titans Go, which we always talk about. Like, not our favorite show, obviously. It's a funny part. So, you know,
it's got funny moments.
It's sort of like Family Guy in that regard. Like, it's funny in small clips.
Yeah,
exactly.
You clip it, it's funny. You watch it, you're like, this is brain rot to the extreme.
Yeah, but so that's what they were trying to do with the Ben 10 reboot, I think. We're trying to just like, here's a funnier, kind of smaller, scaled down. Yeah. Like, this is just for the kids, essentially, watching the Cartoon Network and all that.
Don't like it.
But, yeah, mature. I think Joe Kelly, we can fix that in post if it's not him, but I think he was talking recently about, like, a Ben 10, like, what's next for Ben 10.
Right.
And he was saying, Ben 10,000 is a character we kind of do like and would like to flesh out. And they were also talking about a mature tone for that show as well. So I think that's exactly what I want.
And give him the gauntlet, dude.
Yeah,
give him the gauntlet. I almost just said gauntlet Xbox. Give him the Gauntlet Omnitrix, dog.
Yeah, for sure. Or just or do like what I said with the amalgamation one, who can turn into different ones by doing
yes.
Like that would be a cool version of him too. And that way, like, you know, you get the powers that aren't like super beefed up.
Mm-hmm.
You get like because you have drawbacks. Like you get the 4-arm Stinkfly, but he's not as strong as 4-arms. He can kind of skip around.
Yeah, I do like that they throw in some aliens that they end up bringing into later series. Like Ken name drops Atomics, which was really cool.
And Topic.
Yeah, Topic as well, which are Omniverse aliens, but
which is cool. I think
Atomics is sick. I just wish he was a skinnier guy.
Well, you fat shaming Atomics now?
No, as a guy who likes heroes,
yeah,
I want them to look a certain way. You know what I mean?
I think Atomics, and I could be wrong with this, but I think, in my opinion, he's more like a 50s kind of like serial hero. Like he's doing his like big, horrible, crazy attack that's gonna level a city, and he goes, hamana, 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 hamana.
Nuclear winner!
Yeah,
it's so silly.
Because like I love Cannonbolt's design,
yeah,
but I understand who Cannonbolt is. Imagine Diamond Head, you know?
Yeah.
But he looks like Atomics. It's not the same kind of Atomics, the name, and because he's one of Ben 10's go-to.
Yeah.
You want him to look a little bit better.
Also, he doesn't do a ton in the show. I mean, he's obviously got.
But he's there to help. Like when you need him, you're going Atomics. You know what I mean?
And Ben 10,000, ironically enough, does pick Atomic. He mixes Atomics and Alien X.
Exactly.
And we've joked about that before, but he tries to punch the time bomb and it just wipes him out.
Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking there. Just turn into Alien X and say no. It's that simple.
I think what's funny about that is like maybe Atomics is like he's strong, but like even just mixing a little bit of DNA with Alien X like weakens him so much, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, but yeah, definitely please make a Ben 10,000 show.
I would love it, dude.
And like I've heard some complaints, we get some comments sometimes because we've talked about this before. He's too powerful, you know, who is he going to fight, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's not always what the show needs to be about. Like, Superman the Animated Series is about.
Yeah.
It's My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah.
Granted, he's learning how to use his powers in that. So
and he's more anime, but I like it.
Thanks for joining us here. My name's Hopper.
Steven. And the channel, this is the first recording of the channel being monetized. So thank you guys. You'll see this like 2 weeks after the fact. But
yeah. And we're also in a new recording environment.
Yes, sir. Painted the walls. Got some new lights in here.
Let us know how you like the blue.
Professional. We mentioned it earlier. You've got a little throw in to Billy and Mandy. You've got this guy. I'll throw him up on the screen, but he looks exactly like Billy, but as an alien.
A Maxa Tomar, which I think is a reference to the creator of Billy and Mandy.
It cracks me up too. He goes, "My dad's a dentist, and he's got like warthog fangs, you know, or hippopotamus teeth, you know."
He's disgusting.
It's like, yeah, your dad better be a dentist with those chompers. Highlights of the episode: we get another showing of 4-arms. I really like the way he looks like an orc, you know.
I think I'm gonna go on a limb here. Every Ben 10,000 design is better than normal 10-year-old Ben.
Oh, 100%. Peak. You got the shoulder flame
Heat Blast.
So cool, man.
Diamond Head's clothes just look cooler. Diamond Head doesn't age, but he looks...
he looks the same. But we see a cool thing where he's fighting Kevin 11,000, and Kevin 11,000 uses the what we're assuming is the Blitzwolfer scream.
Yeah.
And it's so cool because you think about it, he's a crystal, Ben is. So if he screams at the right frequency, he'll just shatter him. And you see like he gets cracks all over his body and then he falls out, passed out. And that's so cool to look at.
Oh, yeah. And he knows, like, he's got a little bit of the Petrosapien DNA, so
yeah,
he probably knows the weaknesses as well. He might even practice on himself. Like, let me try to howl at my hand and see if I can shatter it.
Yeah. That's crazy, too. Love Kevin 11,000's transformation. It looks super sick.
Oh, yeah, dude. I think, and it's cool that Omniverse brings a lot of that back. And like, this episode, for me at least, informs a lot of the later parts of Omniverse. Because, like, you get Undertown and, like, all the aliens that are there. And they sort of start, like, merging with the upside of Bellwood and all this, like, toward the end of the show and all that. But... like, the whole Omnitrix city is basically just like an alien utopia kind of deal.
Yeah. Really good. Really cool stuff.
And I like that Kevin, we talked about earlier, his outfit from the Rooters arc of Omniverse is directly inspired by this. Mm-hmm. So it kind of ties it back in a little bit. He gets that little chin scar. I don't like that. I wish that,
I remember you said they had to like bend over backwards to make
it
that
felt
scar
like
fit.
they were like, and they really zoom in and like make you feel like remember this? Remember he's a bad guy and he has the X on his thing?
Yeah, even though that makes no sense in today, like he doesn't have to have that scar at all.
No, yeah.
He doesn't have to have it at all.
This is a whole new continuity, but we were saying maybe Devlin, Kevin's son, might be Gwen's son as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have a kid with Gwen. You see her? Throw her up.
Gwendolyn? Oh, Gwendolyn has my heart. This is the best Gwen ever looks, in my opinion.
Baddie, the ponytail.
The ponytail does it, yeah. It's 10-year-old Ken's birthday. We see Ben fighting Volcanus in the beginning.
wrecks his world.
Wrecks him. He calls him a bunch of mean names.
Yeah, he called garbage, dump, trash.
Like, take this trash to the dump, would you,
Yeah,
Grandpa?
dude. It's like, and we were talking about it too. So Ben's like new thing is to like capture everyone and throw them in the null void. And we were talking about it. One guy's just wrecking, a road, which is messed up. But
like
there's
a
no
little-
court trial or anything. You just get tossed in the null void. You could have an alien in there, like Vilgax, or someone who's done mass genocide, and you're in there because you messed up a highway.
I wonder what like the lowest end of crimes, like
Yeah.
tax evasion. Ben 10,000 shows up as Gray Matter, like I don't allow it. And
Yeah.
he throws an egg at you. You know what I mean?
It's very much Batman saying, "I don't kill people," and then beating them with an inch of their life. It's like, when do they get out? Who decides when they get out?
Yeah,
Does anyone even know where they go besides Ben and Grandpa Max?
Clearly, the null void's not very like airtight though, because Vilgax gets out a million times. Kevin gets out. Argent gets out. Like all these different characters find a way out of it.
Mm-hmm. We get Ken just meets Devlin and says, "Yeah, if you want to break into my house, use the sewers."
Well, he's like, if my dad locked me out of the house, I would just get back in with the sewers.
Yeah, and he goes the next day, "Hey, we got to find this super top secret prison. I don't know you. You just do some sick tricks on your skateboard.
Yeah.
Let's go do that."
Yeah.
You don't know this guy, dude. What are you doing? This is why you can't have more than 10 aliens.
No, they
You're
just have a little
literally
spark.
proving it.
They're just being friends, you know.
No,
they meet up
dude.
right away, and it's
I don't care
fireworks.
who you are. I'm not taking you to a top secret prison the second day I know you.
But I do like that we see Grandpa. Whenever Ben finished up with Volcanus, he comes back and he's like, "Sorry, Grandpa. I'm not gonna miss your birthday again," because that was the arc he went on in the first Ben 10,000 episode. And then it pans down because we think it's gonna be about Grandpa, and it pans down to Ken, and we're like, "Oh crap, he has a son!" Like it's the whole thing. And this is where we get the birthday party. He gets the Omnitrix. He has 10 aliens. Okay, so let's rank Ken 10's playlist. This is what Ben. We've also got a playlist draft where we pick our own playlist. So let us know how we did against what Ben actually did for his 10-year-old son.
Yeah.
So he's got Accelerate, Stinkfly, Wildvine, Ditto, Buzzshock, Spitter, Snake Pit, Sandbox, Shellhead, Gray Matter.
Now, some of those we won't ever see, so there won't be pictures to pull up for those.
Actually, Thomas Perkins, character designer of Classic, did do some designs, so I can show them to you here now. You can put them on the screen if you want. This is Shellhead.
That's sick.
I like him a lot, but he says like, oh, his only power is to hide in his shell.
Yeah.
But as we know with Cannonbolt, like your best defense sometimes might be a good offense. You
Yeah,
know?
like just spin around or something.
Yeah, he looks cool. Like he's got a very
It looks like a trap inch a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, he does like a buggy trap inch
Yeah.
kind of guy. I bet he could dig really well or something.
Yeah.
These aren't official designs, but this is Thomas Perkins who worked on Classic. He designed pretty much the rest of the aliens. So this is Sandbox.
Okay. Interesting, kind of like a Ghost Freak type vibe.
Yeah, but he's like
Kind of
made
like
of
Sandy
sands.
Gassed.
Oh, like from Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like a weird looking box. I don't know. This might be another artificial one where it's like, is it the sand or the box? Like,
Yeah.
you know, sort
Yeah.
of like goop almost. A little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. I like that.
And then this is Snake Pit.
Not liking this one that much.
No,
No, it looks too weird.
I don't get
A
like.
pit of snakes. So is that electric eyes? Is that
Kinda
venom
maybe.
eyes?
It almost looks like a Medusa type creature.
Yeah.
Like it's got 3 heads, so maybe
Yeah.
like. I kind of do like it's alien enough, but it does look
Yeah.
looks sort of uncomfortable to be that. I wouldn't want to be that. You know what I mean? So anyway, so he got the smart one. He got Gray Matter,
Yeah, he traded
Topic
Topic
for Gray Matter, and we got Wildvine, who we obviously love. Click on our ranking video. We have a ranking video where we rank every alien. From Classic, at least. Stinkfly and Accelerator Classics, I do think they belong on the list a little bit, just because flying and goo is helpful. Getting away, obviously, very helpful. Ditto and Buzzshock, I would have picked one or the other, just because they could both multiply.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have gone.
I would have picked Buzzshock because Buzzshock can multiply and do electric.
Yeah.
Ditto just has a really cool voice.
Rob Paulson's voice.
Yeah.
Also, that's another thing. People say Rob Paulson's so expensive. Like, oh, that's the reason he's not in more episodes, or they don't bring him back, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not that expensive. He's like a voice actor. He'll work for money, I get. But like, he's in this episode. Spitter, another classic pick. He's like a good water projectile kind of alien, and he's maybe like acid powers as well.
Yeah.
We never see enough of. I'm sure there is someone that expanded on his lore, but probably just creator statements and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't, and against Snake Pit, Sandbox, Shellhead. I guess Shellhead's got the defensive thing like we were talking about. Maybe he's like, I would have given him like Cannonbolt or something, maybe just instead of that. But I don't know how good this alien is. And there was no ever like established lore on these characters either. I think Thomas Perkins did say some stuff about their powers, whatever they would do, but we don't know like for sure about it. So leave it in the comments if you know the lore, the deep lore. I don't know. I would like a fire alien. Where's all the fire representatives?
There's none, is there?
Give him a heat blast or give him a swamp fire.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Too soon.
Too soon.
That's remember in the last episode we were talking about. Well, not the last episode, but one of the episodes we were talking about. They were like, they're going in from room to room, the Alien Force, and this one's like, oh, I got this sick design. Nope, that's for Alien Force. We're not using it for this throwaway Kin 10,000 episode. You're damn sure about that one.
That's so funny that they just in Omniverse again, it's like kind of tries to tie back into this. Like Ben starts using his classic aliens more, and we get more like references. He doesn't use a single Alien Force alien in this, which we know like he would be Humongousaur 100% of the time if he had the Omniverse like control.
Yeah, there's no way they allow any of the Alien Force. They're like, we're cooking over here. We're cooking.
But this is after Secret of the Omnitrix, so this must have been made like deep into development of Alien Force.
Yeah.
Because we get way big is my reasoning for that. What we know.
For sure. I think they're probably wrapping up production by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, they probably. I think the What If episode, like the not perfect day, but the one where he's back home.
Yeah, goodbye and good riddance.
Yes. I think that was like that basically came out like a week before Alien Force dropped or something.
Yeah,
like it was super quick turnaround. I think it was probably not a week. It's probably closer to like a month or something. But anyway, I would be upset if I had some of these aliens too. I would maybe have wanted.
I think enough of the good ones got in there that we can excuse some of the bad ones. And from the character art, dude, I loved all three of those more than Gray Matter.
Gray Matter. Well, you hate Gray Matter in general.
Yeah,
but he does come in very useful. Gray Matter hacks his Omnitrix to take away the time limiter, and he also can just turn back into whichever alien.
Yeah, which is good.
It's good. Do you think Azimuth helped with the Omnitrix, like creating the new Omnitrix, maybe even souping up his old Omnitrix into like a big gauntlet type thing?
Definitely had to. You know what I mean? Which means that Ben has matured enough that Azimuth helps him with things. You know what I mean? Azimuth only ever helps Ben sometimes, and it's really just to help the world in general. You know what I mean? To call a favor of like, you realize how tight Azimuth and Ben have to have gotten for him to say, hey, let's make one of these for my son. Ignore the past 25 years of my history with the Omnitrix. Let's make another one.
What if it was like a lantern ring where Azimuth was just deemed people worthy and he would give him an Omnitrix?
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Almost like a Thor thing where like, you're worthy. You can wear
Or, he could turn into Gray Matter himself and get a bunch of people together who's helped with the Omnitrix construction. Be like, let's build one. Don't tell Azimuth.
Well, that's what I think. From what I remember, the Omnitrix, it's like a dual Omnitrix thing that Ben 10,000 from Omniverse wears. I think he builds that himself. I think he turns into Gray Matter, maybe like the Brainstorm, and he just builds like a second Omnitrix or like he builds two separate things to like turn into amalgamations.
Speaking of, I love that Brainstorm and the Brainstorm species and
the cerebral crustaceans and the Galvans.
Yeah, I love that they have beef about who's smarter.
That is a funny little detail because like not Gray Matter, Azimuth builds the Omnitrix so people can like be less racist and be more like friendly to other species.
Like, he's not as smart. You can be less racist about everything except for those bottom dwellers over there. Those crustaceans. And those crustaceans would probably eat them for lunch.
That's we theorize maybe that's why they don't like each other because they could they're bigger on the food chain because frogs could be eaten by the big crabs. Yeah. Devlin, right? We see Devlin. We see what we think is Kevin 11, and it's actually Devlin. How does that work? Does Kevin through his sperm pass down the
that
Omnitrix
is weird
DNA?
Because if we're going by Osmosian, that shouldn't work like that. You know what I mean? Because Osmosians turn into what they absorb, not what their parents pass down.
And I think through that expanded lore, I don't think he even has the Omnitrix DNA in him anymore.
Yeah.
Like he reabsorbs the Ultimatrix to become Ultimate Kevin, but
because we see in Alien Force, he talks about the guy who helped him, and he like literally shed it like a skin kind of thing.
And in this, it looks like Devlin can just like on a whim transform to and from the amalgam form of it.
Because the first time we see Kevin in Alien Force, he turns into metal to fight Swampfire. Yeah. And if I was Kevin and I realized, that's not enough, I'm changing into one of Ben's aliens if I still had that ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would definitely he's accelerate Kevin 11,000 is like he can just use Accelerate's abilities without turning.
So sick.
Which I love. That's like what Ultimate Ben does. Yeah. He just like uses the abilities without turning into him. So or maybe he just like puts just puts the balls out on his feet so he can like zip around without anyone.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I like that.
It's like the Marvel superhero Reptile. Do you know that?
Yeah.
He's just like he can only turn parts of his body into dinosaur parts and stuff.
Yeah, I love Reptile. I think he's cool.
I think he's such a cool. I would love him in like some sort of adaptation, like some newer thing.
I've seen him in he's part of the Young Avengers, isn't he?
I think he's in Avengers Academy. I don't know if he was ever in the Young Avengers.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing, Avengers Academy.
Basically the same thing, yeah.
But I remember seeing like art for it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I can see how it's a useless thing. Like he was made as a meme, but at the same time, imagine getting a Velociraptor claw just shredding somebody.
My hot take is like, or my crackpot theory rather is, I think that they were like, we need a Beast Boy, but we can't like do Beast Boy. Let's make him like a dinosaur guy. We can't make him full
everyone loves
dinosaur
dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, so Devlin, great name, Devlin Levin. And also Ken 10.
Yeah.
Ken is also Gwen's brother, right? She has like a redheaded brother in Alien Force.
Oh yeah.
He must have just died. They never
Yeah.
talk about him ever. But
The two studios weren't corroborating names at the point.
I guess so.
This episode came out.
Also, Kenny turns into Spanner in Omniverse because his Omnitrix gets taken away or something. You remember that?
Oh yeah, because I didn't know who Spanner was. I
Yeah.
saw a clip and you said, "Oh, that's Ken." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
But yeah, Devlin, they're friends. Do you feel like they're actually? I feel like the friendship is there.
Yeah, there's definitely a bonding after your abusive father beats the crap out of you and your new friend. You know what I mean? There's definitely a bond there.
You made a funny joke, like he just throws a big thing at Kevin, and you're like, "Where did you get that?" It was like a big freight
Yeah,
thing.
he just flies in. I said, "Now, where'd you get that, son? In the middle of a downtown metropolitan area. Where'd you get this shipping container?"
That's awesome. I
It's
love
empty
that.
too. Like Kevin 11,000 breaks it open and there's nothing in it. So it's like,
I don't know if he just had that in his pocket. He was ready to use it, but that's funny. No, but I like Grandpa's new design.
yeah.
He has the arm, the mechanical
You
arm.
called him Ozempic Max. Ozem Max.
He's very thin.
Yeah, dude. He's got this like big underbite thing. He's just like,
He's probably. You think they would have like perfect like dentures and all kinds
Yeah.
of teeth
Yeah.
medicine. Like, Billy's dad could have helped him. You know.
yeah, I love that we had fat Grandpa and Ben 10 Classic. And then when you go to the future the first time, he's like skinnier.
Yeah.
And then you get him this time and he's just, you know what I mean? 90, man. It really takes the weight off you.
Sure does. But I wonder like how like is Grandpa just built different that he's like 90 years old? Because you think he's been in combat and all these different like.
Yeah, he's got to have like
wartime.
alien modifications and stuff.
Yeah, he's probably mostly cyborg at this point.
Yeah.
I would think.
Oh, 100%.
And he's very like malnourished looking, but you know.
It's probably all metal under there, you know?
His
Because-
wings metal.
Kevin 11,000 like squeezes his arm and he feels pain, and it's like a regular arm you wouldn't feel pain, or a regular
That's
robotic
true.
arm you wouldn't feel pain. So that's got to be integrated into his like neural network and stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's also interesting they bring back Kevin's like electricity abilities rather than just like making him absorb DNA like we're used to him doing now. you
Yeah.
know? Grandpa's disco ball. You go in there, Ditto
Oh,
Ditto
yeah.
hits a button and like a
I
little
forgot about
disco ball comes out and he's like, "Don't even ask." So because Grandpa's trying to bang aliens, so it makes sense that there's like a disco ball up in there. You know what I mean, dude? I bet Grandpa gets around still. It's like a 90-year-old. He probably
Oh,
does.
for sure, dude. He's a freak in them sheets.
Oh yeah, I don't see Eileen, but I bet she's around.
You know, we talk about body modifications. He's going all night. You know what I mean?
He's got the Blue Chew built into him.
Dude, facts. He said, "Ben, don't come near the RV for the next week or two. I'm making you some uncles and aunts."
If the RV's rocking, don't come a
Let's
knocking.
go, dude. I love that.
Also, should be noted the RV is not the Rust Bucket 2, it's just the normal Rust Bucket.
Yeah, I still
So-
don't agree with the Rust Bucket 2 stuff.
Gotcha. Look up here for that argument.
Yeah.
But no, we I guess in this continuity, the Rust Bucket doesn't get exploded or
In the
broken
main
or whatever.
continuity, too, but people aren't ready to hear that conversation.
Why? It's in the canon.
I hate it.
I think you're right. It should be like explained like what happened to the
Yeah,
Rust
if
Bucket.
it's a D-canon, it's not a canon episode where you get the for sure the RV gets blown up.
Yeah.
Why are you counting it as the RV2 and then 3? You know what
I
I mean?
don't even
The
know.
Rust Bucket. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
Not the point of this episode.
This episode was so good that I kind of expected more out of Alien Force.
Yes.
Did you feel that when
Well,
this first came out? I was like,
No, when I was a kid, Alien Force was, which I am a big fan of Alien Force. I really love it.
I like it a lot now, and I think going back to it, but it was a little more mature, it was a little darker. I didn't like the designs as much. And
See, for me, if everything was an upgrade, 10 out of 10, let's go.
I always thought because like you can tell D. Bradley Baker's doing all the voices, so it's not like
Yeah.
as varied.
You
voices.
don't have as varied voice lines between each alien, I will see. But as a kid, I didn't care about that as much.
That's true,
And
and
I just was like, oh, Humongosaur for the 87th time? Bring
we're
it
eating
on.
good, baby.
Let's go. We're eating.
But I do think like even the body types, like there's only like 2 or 3 different like people that aren't just bipedal, like just like human looking, like
Yeah.
like Spider Monkey and Brainstorm are essentially, and I guess Jet Ray, but Jet Ray still has feet and hands, like he's still.
Yeah.
He can still walk around like a person if he wanted to.
Yeah. The transformations got a little dumb. Because you just get this.
Yeah, and it's kind of like they
His
all kind of
skeletal
look.
structure would change.
Yeah, they all look the similar. Like,
Yeah.
there's not really much differentiating them. But like the classic one was like, here's the in between frames, and he's like really
Yeah.
gross, and his eyes are popping out of his head, and
Yeah.
his mouth is exploding with teeth and all this stuff.
It definitely lost some stuff, but I think what it gained which was like the overarching plot lines,
Yeah.
the deeper story. I think well made up for it.
Which is what I appreciate as like an older person and going back to it. Like I've been on record as saying I think Ben 10 Classic, the best thing is Secret of the Omnitrix, and then I think the best thing in general is just Alien Force season 1 and 2.
Yes, so good.
Because it's so consistently like the story is so consistently good, and like it's all the aliens are essentially upgrades from what his old aliens were, and then like it's more mature. Gwen and Kevin are there. That dynamic, it works way better than Gwen and Ben like arguing with each other.
Yeah.
So I do think Alien Force 1 and 2 are the best. But seeing Ken 10, I was like, man, I really want a Ben 10,000 show.
Yes.
And I thought that was like a backdoor pilot into that, and so I was like really disappointed when it was like, he's a teenager now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't understand that stuff back then. I just thought, oh, so this is the new show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't get this memo, but I'll be here next week to watch the next one. And then it was regular Ben 10. I'm like, okay, so color me confused. I don't know what's going on here.
And I think like I was a fan of Batman Beyond when I was a kid too, so I was like, they're doing a
yes.
Batman Beyond. That's so great. Like I loved
Yeah.
all that idea. I was just into it. So
Yeah.
maybe in the future we'll get a bit 10,000
One of the
show.
first Batman pieces I watched was Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Oh,
My
nice.
grandma got it for me VHS, a movie. It was crazy. It was one of our best Christmases because she got us a TV. It was like a little tiny box TV,
Heck yeah, dude.
a VCR, and each of us got our own movie. You know what I mean? She must have gotten like a big deal or whatever. And so she gave us the movies first. I'm like, we can't watch this. You're sorry, Grandma, And she was, oh, well, I guess you need this and this. And I was like, oh. I watched Batman Beyond Return of the Joker like once a day. So good, dude. I was just rewinding that thing.
And you only had one VHS apparently.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. When I saw regular Batman after that, I was like, oh, so he's not skinny. He's fat. I don't know what's going on here.
Who's Bruce Wayne? What's
Yeah,
that
dude. I was
at?
like, Terry? Hashtag not my Batman.
That's like people seeing Spider-Man Miles Morales for the like. There's kids that like
Yeah.
think of Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy too. Like I was 4 or 5, and they already had Batman Beyond. That's how
Yeah.
old Batman is. You know what I mean? That they already had the new Batman, and then went back to the old Batman.
It's crazy that they haven't really done anything new Batman since then. Really, I mean,
Well,
like,
we've got a new thing coming out in August.
well, no. I mean, they've done new Batman stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but they haven't done like a Bruce Wayne passing the mantle down.
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of,
Like
a
get
new
us
Batman.
a reboot of Batman Beyond. I'd totally watch it.
I think they were gonna do like if the Flash movie did good with Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yeah.
They were the plan I think was to do a Batman Beyond like live action thing.
Oh, okay.
And then they're also going to do some kind of Spider-Verse style Batman Beyond thing, but like they didn't get picked up yet or something. There's still
Gotcha.
maybe a hope for that one.
Got you. Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, off that tangent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with Ben 10,000, yeah, I could see where you would want that to be the next thing. And we've seen on Twitter, a lot of people talk about it. Just make a Ben 10,000 show. Make a Ben 10,000 show, please.
it just feels like the natural progression. Like we're all used to fan casting, or we're all used to fan dueling, like Goku versus Ben 10. I think Ben 10,000 could stand a chance against Goku, whereas
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Omniverse Ben maybe Alien X is going to win.
Just
everything.
take
And-
Alien X out of the equation.
Yeah, I do love Alien Force 1 and 2, like the first 2 seasons, but like I do think Alien X is a missed up, honestly.
Yeah.
And like Ben 10 could probably find a creative way to beat Goku without Alien X too. You know what I mean?
Just turn into Goku. He's an alien.
He's an alien. Also, feedback could probably suck out his Kamehameha energy or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that too.
Anyway,
Whoa.
but his energy's limitless, I guess, and all
Yeah.
this different junk. I don't know. They're both very, very broken
Yeah.
characters that somehow manage to get beat by like the low-level villains every week too. You know?
Yeah.
What I mean? So,
Oh,
so the
big
stakes
facts.
can stay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you want to do trivia now?
Yeah, let's hear some trivia.
According to pop-up trivia from the enhanced versions of the episode, Ben 10,000 will have many run-ins with Volcanus. Probably why he was so
So
derogatory
he's like a
toward
series
him.
regular.
Yeah, that's why he was so upset with him. Just being
He's,
like,
he's the new Dr. Animo villain of the week type thing.
I like Dr. Animo in this continuity. He's a big gorilla with his head in
I
a jar
love
too.
that. He gets that in like Omniverse too.
He gets closer to that, like his brain's in a jar in that.
Yeah.
But the future version does actually time travel back. And,
Yeah, if
like,
you guys want to see that, check out our other Ben 10,000 video we did. We show,
you were pointing the wrong way,
yeah, right here.
but off the screen. Charmcaster was born on Zoristar, and Dwayne McDuffie would eventually confirm that Zoristar is located in the Ledger domain. That's where Gwen was at in this episode. She couldn't make it
Oh,
in.
got you.
Somebody chasing a dragon down or something. I told you I was
Yeah.
like, I would love to see what she's doing.
I would love to just see her.
Yeah, give us a Gwen 10,000 show.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, but so Ben 10,000 used his smartest aliens to create Ken's Omnitrix, including Grey Matter, Frankenstrike, and Brainstorm. Frankenstrike's in there, which is interesting. This has also been slightly retconned in Omniverse, as Ben does not become any smarter as Frankenstrike.
Okay.
I guess it makes sense. But
Yeah.
I like that he has a couple of smart aliens. It
Yeah,
would make
I like
sense
that.
the whole species would be smart. You know?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Anyway, but we mentioned that earlier, so I'm glad that we clarified that. The null void containment eggs used in the episode are made by the protosts, who are goops? No. Goops? Not goops. Glutos.
Oh, got you.
Remember
Yeah,
Gluto
that does look
from-
like something they would make.
Yeah, little snotty egg.
Little ruffians.
Ugh.
I don't like them.
Didn't Tetrax have something that like did the same sort of thing? He like threw a big cube and it like sucked up a crab
Oh, it
and
did, didn't it? Yeah.
6/6 or something.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Maybe that same technology because Gluto and Tetrax are homies.
Yeah. Look at that.
That holds up. That holds water.
Yeah.
Okay, so the we did that one. Ken's mother is Kai Tennyson, the future version of Kai Green. He's a little darker skinned. I think you can probably tell.
He's got like the greener, which I think Ben had green eyes too.
Yeah, he's got green eyes.
But the hair too was darker like Kai's.
I think I like that shade on him, and he's wearing like he's got that on. You know what I mean? Like that shirt looks, and it looks like Ben's shirt from when he was a kid. So all the aliens can look exactly the same too.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of good.
Yeah.
All right. Kai missed Ken's 10th birthday due to being on a diplomatic mission to the Shadow Realm.
Okay, so there's Yu-Gi-Oh confirmed.
Must be, yeah. That's hilarious that the Shadow Realm is in this. Probably not the same Shadow Realm, though.
It definitely is. But Omnitrix can turn into Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. Kinten as a dark magician or the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That would be dope, honestly.
That would be sick.
Anyway, Max lost his arm with the Limax Wars of 2017. We've talked about that before. The events of this episode are not a possible future for Ben. However, they may be a possible future for Kevin. Okay.
That makes no sense.
I guess Kevin still has the potential to be evil, even though he's like had years of development at this point.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that. They shouldn't do that. If they bring it back, don't make Kevin a bad guy, please.
Yeah. He's gone through too much.
Yeah, exactly. It's revealed that Gwendolyn can tame rock monsters as pets. We call them Rockweilers. Ken gets one as a pet.
Check that short out.
Again, there you go. You're getting there. At the time of this episode's release, there was never any plans to design another Atomics or Topic because characters without screen time would be undesirable financial expense to the studio. Incorporating both these aliens into the Omniverse and giving each of them a physical form and powers was Derek J. Wyatt's idea. He had Tom Perkins design them when their names were first conceptualized. They would look very different, apparently. Okay, in 2020, Thomas Perkins designed Shellhead, Sandbox, and Snake Pit, and we looked at those earlier. He does not know if the writers came up with any idea of what these aliens would do, as all they had at the time were the names. So, lots of Ben 10 lore in this one little episode.
I mean, you throw that many names around, you're going to have a lot of lore that people want answers for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad that they do sort of expand on it. Like,
yeah.
I'm never sure about, like, Arctic Iguana and, like, Spitter. Like, Ben 10,000 gives Ben those aliens in, like, an Ultimate Alien episode or something. But then Ben gets a new Omnitrix anyway, so you're like, does he even have those anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Ben, like 10, as a 10-year-old, may have gotten those aliens as well because there's proof of that in Omniverse, like when they do flashbacks.
Yeah.
It's not clear, and I don't care.
No one knows.
Because as we've established, Ben doesn't like anything outside of his regular favorites.
Yeah. He's very, he picks favorites big time.
Oh, he did go into Snarrow this time, though. He picked.
I saw that. I really like that.
That was a good little detail because I guess that makes Snarrow the favorite of the trio since he got picked twice.
Should be Blitzwolf.
Yeah, or Frankenstrike, frankly.
Yeah, they're all three heavy hitters.
I like them all three. I wish he used them more in Classic.
And then they threw out the Wambat or whatever.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one looks bad.
People don't like that one. I like that one though. He's got vampire powers.
You would.
There's a scene where he's like he can't go out in the sun for monster purposes.
Yeah.
There's a scene where he's just
but
like.
He sucks blood?
No, I don't think he sucks. He might suck blood. I don't think we don't see him suck blood.
Gotcha.
He can like do mind control. He can fly around. He can turn into a bat and stuff. But there's an episode where he's like in the sunlight as this vampire. He's just rolling around in the background like trying to put himself out.
So he can turn himself into a bat.
Yeah, he's got a bat form as vampire.
Does it look like a bat or does it look like an alien bat?
Looks like Ben's face as vampire with little bat wings.
That's stupid.
It's pretty stupid.
That is so stupid. It's an alien. It shouldn't be able to turn into a human or an Earth animal.
Technically, it's probably like not even considered a bat. It's like an alien form or whatever. Anyway,
interesting.
But did you like this episode? What would you rate it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Ben 10 out of Ken 10.
Ooh, okay. I would probably give it like an 8 or 9. It's his peak. This is peak, like super peak.
So if it's peak, then it's 10 out of 10.
Nah, it's not.
It's not
that
if there's
peak.
peak, there's nothing higher.
We can get much higher.
Can I get much higher?
We didn't really talk about the Kevin 11 fight, but that's
It's pretty cool. We
pretty
have a
cool.
short. No, we don't. I had to private that one.
Yeah, because you use too much original footage.
Yeah, too much footage, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a great episode. Go watch this
Yeah.
if you're a fan of Ben 10 and haven't for some reason seen this.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Actually, thank you for being here.
It does stink though that like this is not canon, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But
I'll take what I can get.
I guess this could be the alternate timeline.
Yeah,
like
I'll just watch it.
a Spider-Verse style.
Yeah,
Get moving. They
Yeah.
can meet this Ben 10,000 if they want to. or
like a
whatever.
what if type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with it.
If you would like to see more Ben 10 episodes, we've got a full review of all the episodes up until this point, right on this side of the screen. If you would like to see some more fun YouTube stuff, including our Ben 10 tier list or our Ben 10 ranking, I guess it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's over on this side of the screen. And then you can subscribe in the middle right here, and we will see you in the next Ben 10 review.
Bye.